everyone, it's Lynnea for LDRS Creative. Today we're going to make 4 quick and easy cards using the Merry Christmas Inlay stamping kit. This stamping set features 4 different motifs that you're going to be able to layer together to create amazing scenes or designs, and this is great for mass producing because you can grab a whole stack of cardstock and just start stamping assembly line style. On the reverse side of your packaging, there is a guide of sorts that shows you inspiration of how each of these motifs are going to look once you have stamped all of the pieces together. So let's go ahead and start. I'm going to create this wreath motif first. So I'm starting by grabbing the greenery piece, that's the largest one, and I'm going to center that into my white panel. I will be die cutting or framing each of these pieces later on, but I wasn't sure how I was going to create my cards, so I just kind of started by stamping in the center of my panels. I stamped that with some green ink so I could have that traditional greenery, but don't forget to mix this up if you want. I grabbed the little stars and little kind of glittery elements that go around the wreath, stamped those with some yellow ink. Then I'm going to grab the flower and the little hanging ornament that goes up in the top left side of this wreath, position those, and I'll stamp them down using some red ink. At the end of this tutorial, I'm going to show you that I created a bunch of backgrounds. I created actually 12. I did each of these stamped motifs 3 times, as you'll see here. It was really easy to just assembly line style stamp these, and I created some different colors. So for instance, I used some pink flowers because why not? Let's go ahead and move on to that second motif, and I'll show you how to layer this up. Again, I'm going to start with kind of that base layer, that biggest portion, which is again the greenery for this one. So I'm stamping that down using some green ink. And then I'm going to move on and grab those ornaments, and you'll see how they nestle in perfectly. The tip of that bottom ornament is going to go right in between those greenery pieces, and then you'll just center up that largest ornament in the middle. I'm going to stamp the little stars and glitter pieces again in yellow ink, and here I did some extra pieces again using pink and purple inks. I've also added a black sentiment onto each of these panels using the sentiment stamps that are included in this Merry Christmas Inlay stamping kit. Here's the third motif. Again, I'm starting with that outer layer, the one that's going to be easiest for me to build upon, which was that greenery outline layer. Then I grabbed the stamped images, I started with the lid, and now I'm doing the base of the box just in a couple different colors. I did a traditional red one, a pink one, and a purple one. This last one is one of my favorite ones. I love this deer standing in the middle of this kind of half or partial wreath. I stamped that in green ink. Then I will grab those little star glitter pieces and stamp those in yellow ink. And I'm using similar inks, the same ink colors for all of these, so you can see how easy it would be to just grab a handful of inks and start stamping. That deer is going to nestle right down in that bottom right corner, and then I'll grab the little flower, stamp that in the bottom left and in the top right of this wreath. I did this with some blue flowers and some pink flowers as well and added a black sentiment. Here are the 4 panels that I went with to create my cards. I wanted to show you a variety of colors. So I have one that I stamped with blues, and then another one that I stamped with my pinks. Then I have one where I stamped with purple, and then your traditional red and green, your traditional holiday colors that most people think of. I'm going to go to my stash of LDRS Creative dies and just grab a bunch of different layering scalloped dies and cut these pieces down, and I created 3 different sized cards with 4 different designs. So here's a square one, another square card but with a circle element. Then I have an A2 card with scalloped ovals, and then an A2 card with scalloped rectangles. So these can be easily mass produced. You don't have to do all these different sizes. Pick one design, stamp a bunch of them, and you are good to go for your holiday cards this year. Thanks so much for joining me. I'll see you again soon. Bye.